Alright, so I've been hearing lately a lot that Rain's pokes suck, and that he's horrible at poking, and that's why he's a shitty character. Okay, it's true that Rain's down 1, that he does not have the best down 1 to down 3 in the game. His down 1 is minus 13, his down 3 is minus 12, which means if you're put into a situation where your opponent is going to want you to poke and they're going to be testing you, it doesn't matter if you do down 3 or down 1. You're going to be punished on block if your opponent has a character that has a 10 frame mid or faster. So, to avoid that, what you should be using is forget about Rain's down 1 and down 3. You don't need those moves. Rain has a move that's 9 frames. It's a 3. What you can do with 3 is 3 can link into roundhouse. So if you happen to hit your opponent with that after a counter poke, if they do down 1, you block it. Instead of doing down 1 or down 3 as a counter poke, which leads to no damage, don't do that. What you should do is 3 roundhouse, and the damage you get off of that is you can do 3 roundhouse, 4 water bubble, reverse uppercut, 4 lightning, then 4-3 water gun, and that's for almost 40% off a counter poke punish. And now if you're sitting on full meter and you feel like that's not enough life and you want more, what you can do is for 1 bar, 3 enhanced roundhouse cancel, 4-3 water bubble, reverse uppercut, 4-3 lightning, roundhouse, and then 4 water gun for almost 50% as a counter poke punish. Now I'm sure you Rain players out there have better combos than this. I'm just showing basic B&Bs that are pretty hard to drop once you get them down. So let's say you're in the neutral game and your opponent does a down 3. There are a lot of characters in this game that have a down 3 that's minus 7 on block or minus 8. Now you're not going to be able to punish with Rain's 3, and because it's 9 frames. So when your opponent's going to be testing you, like doing down 3 and blocking immediately to see, how you counter poke. If you do down 1 and down 3, then it's going to be party time for them. But if you do 3 roundhouse, and they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to have to be careful now. But if you fall into patterns where every time they do down 3 and you do 3 roundhouse on block, there's a gap after the 3 before the roundhouse comes out where they can poke you to interrupt that, and then they can get their offense going. So the mix-up you should be doing, like after they try testing you, is after you start poking a lot with 3 roundhouse and they're aware of that and they acknowledge that, this is where you use 3-3-4, because if your opponent tries to poke after the 3, they'll get hit in the face by 3-3-4 and then get hit by that. Now 3-3-4 is not foolproof. You can armor interrupt the string after the 3-3 before the 4. I think it's a 4 or 3 frame gap, I'm not sure. But it's not 100% safe, so those will be your main mix-ups after a block. Another thing you can do, like let's say you were going for the option I said earlier when you're doing the 3 enhanced roundhouse for the combo, like let's say you have meter. If you do 3 enhanced roundhouse, when they try to interrupt you after the 3 roundhouse and you happen to do enhanced roundhouse, you will absorb the armor. Your armor will absorb the hit and then you'll hit them. But what you should do is 3 armor cancel, because you'll be at advantage, and then 4-3, and then off of that you can hit confirm, see if the 4-3 hits, go into water bubble if it hits. If it's blocked, you can do a roundhouse, and off the roundhouse you can choose to mix it up, like for example, go for even more pressure or whatever. So for the most part, there are a select few Rain players that I do see counter poking like this, but for the vast majority of Rain players I see them mashing down 1 and down 3, all that crap which you shouldn't be using at all. Hope this helps some Rain players out there that weren't aware of this.